What's going on, people? GunsBlazing back at it again, and a lot of people were telling me to challenge Dkayed at WCS, so I did ask him for a duel while I was there. My trip to the WCS was sponsored by Konami, and this video wouldn't have been made possible otherwise, so thank you. Anyways, Dkayed suggested that we take it back to Season 1 of the Duel Links anime and play our respective original decks from the first KC Cup era. Which I thought, yeah, that would be refreshing, because you guys probably don't want to see another Desperate or 6M mirror match. Or at least I would hope so. Anyways, Last Gamble Dessert Twister versus Handless Balance is actually a very interesting matchup. These two decks are alike in a lot of ways. Their boss monster is both 2300 attack. They both rely on the Wild Tornado Storm combo to clear off back row and monsters. And both of their skills have since been nerfed. Obviously, Last Gamble doesn't even make much sense nowadays to run with Desert Twister because the whole point was to get Earth and Wind fodder into the grave, but now it just shuffles it back into the deck. But we gotta make do with what we have, and Dkayd's skill was also nerfed, so really in the end it's whatever. This is all just for fun anyways. I'll show you a little bit of the camera interactions, but honestly it wasn't much. Just two natural introverts playing on the phone, so there really wasn't that much talking. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first match, I'll show it to you from Dkayd's point of view because there was this one play he made where it makes sense if you watch it from his side, but it doesn't make sense if you watch it from my side. So he's going first. Unfortunately for him, he got double Swift Gaia in the opening hand, which really sucks because he can't summon either of them. Would have been much better if he picked up at least one Flash Assailant, but sometimes that's how it goes. I summon Blue Dragon Summoner one set, and I attack. Takes it. Blue Dragon Summoner is to search for Warrior Digrepher. I know there are better Vanilla Earth Warriors nowadays, but I was trying to stick as close as possible to the original Last Gamble Desert Twister. He got another brick on his turn, picking up the Storm, so he just passes it off. I equip Smoke Grenade, another Last Gamble Classic, aiming to get both of the back row and one from the hand. Smoke Grenade is beyond useless nowadays, but you know, back in the day, it was fun to play, but he Ultimate Providences on the Storm, negating it and protecting his other back row. So I'm just going to go for a direct attack with the Blue Dragon Summoner here, reducing him to 1000. Now he has a chance to pick up something to help him here, and it turns out he picks up Wild Tornado, which actually can do something for him, but I'll let you guys see it for yourself when he actually does it. I'm just going to set here. I believe this was a 4-star Ladybug. So there wasn't really any point in summoning it because it wouldn't have given me a chance for lethal anyway if Blue Dragon gets econned like that. His turn comes up, he has one final chance to top deck, and that is exactly what he needed. Now this is a very clever play by Dkayed using my own Smoke Grenade against me, although it's pretty much his only option, right? He has to destroy my Smoke Grenade so that I'm forced to discard one of his Swift Gaias, therefore he can summon the other one since it is now the only card in his hand. So he summons it, goes for the face down, not wanting to give me a Blue Dragon Summoner Search, kills the Ladybug. Okay, now guys, please don't get too tilted about this next play that I'm going to do. It's really just a casual match, so I decided, you know what, let's just go for it. Spice things up a bit, shuffle 2 in the deck, reduce my life points to 100, and of course, I get the one roll. And that's exactly what he needed to get back to this game. He taps his third Swift Gaia. Oh baby, a triple. Swings into my Blue Dragon Summoner. I get to search now. And of course, I'll pick up my Warrior Digrepher. And I'm really just hoping it top decks like anything at this point. He does have lethal with the next Swift Gaia, but I do have Spherobola, protecting me for one more turn. And thankfully, you wouldn't believe it, but I top decked nothing. So I scoop. That was potentially the biggest throw of my life, but it's okay. It's a best of 3. As long as I win the next one, then we're still in it. So let's catch this one from my point of view. I'm going first this time, so it's actually faster for me to reach the gamble turn since it is on turn 7. I opt for the Blue Dragon Summoner set instead of the 4-starred Ladybug right now. Now, it's another unfortunate hand for him. He just has 2 back rows, so one can assume that he got double Swift Gaia again. Actually, he did. That's what he told me. And I mean, that's like the only possibility if you don't summon any monsters with Handless Balance. And I'm going to go ahead and attack into him twice. No responses. He'll just take both attacks. His turn. draws. Pops the Storm. Again, both of our decks have the Wild Tornado Storm combo in it. And he's going to set one card. My turn comes up. It's the Storm, and he's going to scoop it up. Again, pretty unfortunate, but at least we get to go to a game 3. I'm going second this time, so if I last gamble, it's going to have to be on turn 8 or onwards. I'm telling you guys, man, the last gamble nerf was brutal. But we can talk about that another day. Duel starts off, and he gets a classic handless set. That's good. He finally has a good hand with 3 back row, 1 monster. I'm going to go ahead and respond with a set of my own, Hane. And I don't set any back row of my own, knowing it could potentially get stormed off. Flash Assailant, of course, that's a staple in the classic handless balance, but this Hane is going to disrupt his strategy because it's going to bounce it back into the hand, something he of course doesn't want. And so that's why I chose Hane over the Blue Dragon Summoner set. Now I'm going to go for the Blue Dragon Summoner, just go aggressive with it, attack. Again, not setting my enemy controller, knowing it's just going to get stormed off, and I'm pretty safe, seeing as handless balance is Oonga Boonga, so he's not going to be special summoning any monsters. Therefore, he probably can't kill me, even if he Wild Tornado Storms. So he is going to Storm right here, and of course he has a Wild Tornado, destroys my Blue Dragon Summoner. I get the Search off, picking up Warrior Digraph. Goes ahead, resummons his Flash Assailant. Wonder Balloons to drop the other Wonder Balloons in his hand, reducing my monsters by 300 and allowing him to get the full 2,000 on his Flash Assailant. My turn comes up. It is turn 6, which would have been enough for the old last gamble to gamble, but it is the post-nerf last gamble, so I just go ahead and set Ladybug, and now would be a good time to set Econ. His turn, he picks up a card. It turns out to be his Swift Gaia. Nice pickup by him. He attacks with a Swift Gaia first, which got me relieved because I don't have to pop this Econ now. This Ladybug can just kill the Flash Assailant. So it's turn 8. I can finally last gamble, and I'd Sonic Boom right now, but it's kind of weird because it's on a replay, so I'm sorry to disappoint anyone who was expecting it. Wait, what's going on? Why is the music playing? I didn't do this. Wait, what's going on?
Shut up, Guns.
Nami?
You don't decide when to Sonic Boom.
Why are you here?
Dkayed, your win streak has gone on long enough.
The last to come. Okay, so thankfully I didn't roll double ones in a row. I rolled a 5. I feel alive. I summoned Desert Twister by banishing 2 winds and 1 earth from the grave. Summoned Blue Dragon Summoner. I was actually trying to Storm Econ take here. It didn't work for some reason. I'm not sure why. I did have Toggle on. I know that for a fact, but it's okay because I still have a backup Wild Tornado Storm. So even though it was inefficient, we still have game because we high rolled. Good game, Dkayed. But yeah, guys, this was just for fun. You could tell he didn't really have the original handless recipe.
Got me.
So that was to his disadvantage because he had to make one from scratch. And we had to get dinner, so he just quickly threw in whatever he had, leading to some not too optimal choices, but it's whatever. You know, thinking back to the first KC Cup, handless was a very popular deck. And I did play last gamble in the KC Cup for a bit, but I dropped it after only a handful of games. I regret that. I should have played it a little bit more, but actually, never mind on that one, because now I remember all the decks in that first KC Cup. There was 3-star Demotion, there was Weevil, Parasite, Infestation, Burn, and Relinquished. Yeah, Desert Twister doesn't do good against those. I did suggest one more match after this best of 3, which is pretty much anything goes, play whatever you want, no matter how old or new it is. Just so we could duke it out with some current decks if we wanted to. He's playing, I believe, Master of Destiny, Desperado Barrel. And Poggin passed me a Neos, Lava Golem, what's it called, Steel Swarm deck. I thought it was kind of spicy, so that's what I ended up using. My opening hand was like Neos and 2 Steel Swarm tributes, so this one didn't really go too well for me. It was kind of a one-sided slap. I did D-draw to get the Neos fusion off. I held off on attacking this turn because I didn't want to like run into a Wall of D or a World Legacy Clash and then just die. It doesn't really matter because he's just going to use it on his turn, reduce my guy, and then that's it. That's game.
Good duels. You got me, I got you.
We both have contests.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the duels. Appreciate it.
So I won the best of 3, he won the best of 1. Or if you want to look at it match-wise, it was 2 wins for both of us. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sure that's not the last time we're going to get to face each other. I do have a couple more Worlds videos coming soon, so stay tuned. Have yourselves a good one. And this is GunsBlazing, signing out.
Downtown we let it go. Sunset high and our bodies low. Blood rush in a hazy glow.